Welcome back to Draft House, everyone. I am Joe. Today we'll be doing a 2027 NFL Draft Prospect Watch List for the edge rushers in this class. As a reminder, we've already done content for the other positions on offense, and we'll be doing more on defense coming up. So make sure to check out those old videos and also to like and subscribe for the new videos coming up. We'll be covering the NFL Draft all season long and doing a lot of stuff before the 2026 college football season. All right, so let's get into this. We have Quincy Rhodes first up. This is a guy who was a four-star recruit in the class 2023, stayed in state to play for Arkansas, didn't play much in his first season. His role increased in year two. He had 2 tackles for loss and a sack, and then he broke out in 2025. Finished the year 44 total tackles, 15 and a half tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. He was a bright spot on an Arkansas team that was not very good. Bigger edge rusher, 6'6", 275 pounds, good arm length, a good motor, and sets the edge well as a run defender. Plenty of pass rush moves in his arsenal to utilize. He could be a tweener, kind of like in that, is he a 3-4 defensive end? Is he 4-3 defensive end? Type of thing. Could be hard finding a role for him inside or out. So he could be a 4-3 defensive tackle if he bulks up a little bit. He can rush from the inside too, which will help. Doesn't have the greatest burst at the snap, and his pad level gets elevated too much. Could have gone pro last season, but decided to return. Another good season could really boost his stock, I think, this year, especially with his size and a lot of NFL teams liking those bigger power rushers. Next up, Dylan Stewart out of South Carolina. 5-star recruit in 2024. Joined South Carolina from the DC area. Freshman, he really impressed. 10 and a half tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. And he's probably helped the Gamecocks win nine games. He was a bright spot for South Carolina in 2025 with 12 tackles for loss and 4.5 sacks. But the team struggled. He's going to want to up that sack production this year to help the team take another step forward. Good frame at 6'5", 245 pounds. He needs to continue filling it out. We are seeing smaller edge rushers in the NFL, but at 6'5", he has room to maybe add 10, 15 pounds and kind of fill that thing out. So he's a more powerful, well-rounded edge rusher. Great athlete, quick first step, sets him up for success. Solid run defender too, but also has nice pass rush moves as well, and a ghost move that's really good. Adding play strength, improving his hand usage, I think should really help him shed faster and increase his effectiveness. That's what I'll be watching for this season. But Stewart could be the first edge rusher taken, could be up there in the top 5, top whatever 10 pick this next upcoming season. Colin Simmons is up next with Texas Longhorn, 5-star recruit, class of 2024, stayed in state to play for Texas. Great freshman season, 48 tackles, 14 tackles for loss, and 9 sacks. Helped the team win 13 games. 2025, 43 tackles, 15 and a half tackles for loss, and 12 sacks. Texas was only able to win 10 games, but Simmons played well, and his stock is soaring. 6'3", 245 pounds. You can continue to fill out his frame a little bit too, but at a shorter height, obviously more so than Simmons. He's a guy that has a well-built body, I think, for his size. Just could add a little bit more play strength. Good athlete, used in a variety of different ways. They move him around the field a little bit. Quarterback spy, drops in coverage. He has good speed, can run and convert that into power. Flexible and great motor as well. And at times he struggles against bigger offensive linemen and can add more moves to his toolbox. That's something I'll be watching for this year for Colin Simmons. He's a guy that I think just like Dylan Stewart, he's a guy who could end up playing his way into a top 5 or so pick in the 2027 NFL draft. All right, next up we have Matayo Uiagalelei, the Oregon Duck, former 4-star recruit in the class 2023, signed Oregon out of California. Registered just 2 sacks as a freshman. Role increased in 2024. 12 and a half tackles for loss and 10 sacks. The Ducks won 13 games that season. Last season, another solid season, 9.5 tackles for loss and 6 sacks. Oregon went back to the CFP. Now he's joining a lot of guys from Oregon returning who are giving them a chance to go for a CFP run and win a title. 6'5", 270 pounds. Nice measurables for the position. Pretty well filled out frame. Nice burst at the snap. Sets the edge well against the run. He's a nice athlete for his size and has a nice spin move that he utilizes well. But he needs to keep on adding more more pass rush moves and could shed faster to make a bigger impact. This is obviously the brother of DJ Uiagalelei. This edge rusher I think is very, very good, and I think this year good defensive line back, good offense. He's gonna have a chance to rush the passer a lot, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Damon Wilson is the next one up here. We have a 5-star recruit in the class 2023, signed with Georgia out of Florida. Limited playing time in his first year. He upped his production in his second year to 5.5 sacks 5.5 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. Decided to transfer to Missouri in 2025. He really broke out, 9.5 tackles for loss and 9 sacks. He helped the Tigers win 8 games. Now he decided to move to Miami, though, giving them a new pass rusher now that they lost some of their guys to the NFL. Okay size for an edge rusher, 6'4", 250. Looks like he can add to his frame a little bit as well. He's a great athlete, good at the jump of the snap, few good pass rush moves that can utilize, but his speed on the edge can also work pretty well. Doesn't Wilson doesn't have the greatest power and can fail to set the edge against the run, and that's something he'll have to work on this next year. Other draft prospects to watch: John Henry Daly from Michigan transfers in from Utah, spent a season at BYU as well. Uh, but he has lots of production. I'm not sure where his traits are going to rate, but 11 and a half sacks last season for Utah. I think it's something that I think could be interesting to watch here, how he's going to do at Michigan, obviously joining his former coach, Kyle Whittingham. Will Help, the Clemson Tiger. First 2 years when he was at Purdue, he had 5 sacks, decided to transfer to Clemson for the 2025 season, upped his output to 7.5 sacks on a talented defensive line, albeit on a team that did not perform very well overall. He'll be more of a focal point on this defensive line this year, so we'll see if he can up the production when teams are trying to double him as opposed to some of the guys who went to the NFL last year. Kenyatta Jackson out of Ohio State, good size, great athleticism, and burst at the snap. He had a good season last year with the Buckeyes, registering 6.5 sacks. He's been around the Buckeye program for a while, and we'll just see if he can keep on progressing here before he takes the next step to the NFL level. Yanze Priere out of Alabama, only 220 pounds, making him a smaller edge player, but has plenty of athleticism. 8 sacks last season. He's going to look to build on that this next year. Probably a guy who's not going to want to play 4-3 defensive end, 3-4 defensive end. He's going to be a guy who's a 3-4 outside linebacker, unless he can kind of add a lot of weight. But maybe a defensive coordinator can get creative with how to use him if he's not going to be that 3-4 outside linebacker. But that seems like the best fit for him right now. And Boubacar Traore out of Notre Dame, improved every season at Notre Dame so far. Last season, he had 6.5 sacks. This year, he's going to lead a defense that has a lot of talent, including Leonard Moore at corner, who we'll talk about here in a little bit, next couple videos. He's a guy that I think could take a huge step forward this year and get a lot of recognition in a lot of the Notre Dame TV games that they have this season. Princewell, U-Man Miela, and his brother Princely is in the NFL already. Went to Nebraska for 2 seasons, didn't see so much success there. Then he had 9 sacks to Ole Miss last season. Now he's following Lane Kiffin to LSU. Transfer portal kind of brought in a lot of talent to LSU. He's been playing a lot of big games, play a lot against a lot of good competition. His brother made a big step and went to the NFL. He has a chance now. 9 sacks to Ole Miss. He's another solid season like that. He's going to be going in the first couple rounds of the 2027 NFL Draft. So let me know who you think I should watch in addition to these guys for the 2027 NFL Draft at the edge rusher position. We'll be watching a lot of tape before the 2026 college football season. For now, make sure you like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And also, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.